Hello everyone! For today's vlog, it's about showcasing practical applications of sciences in our day-to-day home activities by demonstrating and explaining the importances in real life through specific examples by assigned speakers in each subject. For the general chemistry, we have Lloyd Caballero. For biology, we have Earl Escalante and Nica Domingo. And lastly, for general physics, we have Brandon Insoy and Jerald Lucero. So, what is science? Science came from the Latin word scientia, which means knowledge of the natural world. Science plays a very important role in our lives. Engineering results the constructions of modern tall buildings. The inventions of satellites make communication effective and faster. The discovery of fertilizers keeps the farmer high crops yields, and the inventions of medicines help to control diseases and death rates. Science is divided into different fields, such as biology, chemistry, physics, geology, astronomy, and engineering. But today, we will tackle only three fields, which are chemistry, physics, and biology. So, we will start in 3, 2, 1.
Do you remember yourself playing with magnets and wonder why do it attracts metals that has iron or steel in it? Well, today, we will discuss magnetic field in its concepts. But before anything else, I would like to share a fun facts about magnets. Did you know that magnets will constantly have two poles called magnetic north and south? Regardless of how many times you cut a magnet in half, it will always contain both poles.
Let's talk about magnetic field. Magnetic field is a field that passes through space and which a magnetic force move electric charge and magnetic dipoles.
Wi-Fi router is one of examples of magnetic field. Its strength was determined through the distance between the router and the gadget. If you are further, it is weak, and if you are near, it is strong.
Magnetic field force moving electrically charged particles in a circular or helical path. Magnetic fields describe how the magnetic force is distributed through space around objects similar to the electric field around an electrical charge. Magnetic and electromagnetic fields are part of the same fundamental force of electromagnetism. That is why, where the magnetic field is strong, the field lines are crowded together or denser. Farther away, where the magnetic field is weak, they fan out, becoming less dense. The direction of this field can be resolved through the right-hand rule. This rule tells you that if you place your right thumb in the direction of electric current through a wire, the subsequent magnetic fields are in the direction of how your hand's fingers curl. With greater current, greater magnetic field is induced.
Magnets plays an important role in a wide range of our daily lives. For example, the refrigerator magnets that we often attach notices or souvenirs.
That is for the magnetic field. We hope you learned something from what we've discussed.
For chemistry, I'm going to demonstrate a simple and serial solution experiment which you can do at home, especially when preparing juices or if you don't like the taste of the solution. For the materials, you'll need 3 cups, the solvent, which is water, Gatorade, which serves as the solute, and a liquid measuring cup. First, pour 100 ml of Gatorade and place it in cup number 1. Next, pour 50 ml of water in both cups 2 and 3. Then, pour 50 ml from cup 1 and mix it in cup 2. After that, by using cup 2, pour 50 ml of the solution and mix it with cup 3. Dilution is a process of decreasing the concentration of a solute in a solution, usually by simply mixing more solvent like adding more water to the solution. That's it for chemistry.
Good day, I am Earl Escalante, and this video is for biology. Did you know that just by sitting here right now you're doing something remarkable? Well, you, your cells, tissues, and organ systems, they're all working on something called homeostasis. It is a state of balance means many things in your body. For example, blood stays within certain pH level range. It needs that your blood glucose remains within certain range. And it needs your internal body temperature stays within certain range. We've mentioned the major body system before, and they work together.
And today we're going to talk about how they work together using something called positive and negative feedback, and how they related to homeostasis. Controlled homeostasis, there are many different feedback control loops in our body. And homeostasis control system can be based on positive and negative feedback. Before we start, we should know the difference of the two. The key difference of the positive and negative feedback is the response to the change.
Negative feedback control loops are the more common of the two, and they respond to a change by helping the body maintain stable homeostatic condition. An example of this is when the body temperature starts to change. When it's cold out and the body temperature decreases below the set point range, which is a normal range that the body stays within. The negative feedback loop will cause the body to shiver, producing heat, and ultimately, body temperature will return to within the set point range. The negative feedback loop will do the same as the body temperature increase like during exercise. The negative feedback loop will cause the body to sweat, which will reduce the body temperature to within the set point range.
And now, for positive feedback control loops do not help the body maintain a stable homeostatic condition. Positive feedback control loops amplify the change that is happening to our body.
So, let's say someone has a bacterial infection. The immune system signals the brain to increase the body's temperature set point, causing the person to have a fever. This can be a harmful normal reaction. However, in some instances, it could create a harmful positive feedback loop where metabolic rate is elevated and the body is producing heat faster than it can get rid of. So, a person may be shivering and sweating at the same time. And if the body temperature increases above 108 degrees 42 Celsius, it could be dangerous and even fatal. In a couple of instances, positive feedback control loops can be beneficial to the body, such as when a blood vessel gets damaged, a cut in a blood vessel's wall, a positive feedback control loop begins, and the platelets, which are floating around in circulating blood, recognize the damaged area and begin to stick together to slow the loss of the blood and patch up the tear in the wall.
And that's it for feedback mechanism. Always remember that the conditions in our body must be constantly controlled because cells depend on the body's environment to live and function. The maintenance of the conditions by homeostasis is very important because in the wrong body conditions, certain processes and proteins will not function properly. So that's it for this video, and I do hope that you learned something today.